Round 4 has begun, and we are on the draw. We have almost everything that we need, except a Daybreak Coronet. We shall keep. Basic Plains. Judges familiar. So it looks like my opponent is Gunnar Brinkman. Thalia. Well, at least we're heavy on lands and light on action, huh? Ethereal Armor's a nice draw. So let's go with... I kind of want to fetch before my opponent can play a Leanin Arbiter. Although, I would be fetching a basic, and I want to leave a basic in my deck for this Ghost Quarter. So, instead I'm just going to slam a Hyena Umbra. My Slippery Boggle. And pass the turn. Yes, pass the turn. So if my opponent attacks with Thalia, it likely means he has another one. Alright, there's Leanin Arbiter. Huh. Okay. So, let's see what we draw here. Core Spirit Dancer's nice. It's very nice. I do want to play it. So maybe do I play my Slippery Boggle as well? Huh. I don't really mind getting Ghost Quartered because, while Strip Mine is a good play when you're ahead on lands, especially, my opponent's behind on lands. He's missed a land drop, and I have plenty extras, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal if he does end up Strip Mining me. And I do want to get Spirit Dancer into play. So let's see. I guess I would just play my fetch land and... Yeah, I guess that's what I would do, is just play fetch land. I don't even know. Because I can't sacrifice it. I was just thinking I could play a fetch land and the next turn play another fetch land. Pay 2 for the Arbiter and then sack both fetch lands. And then play Ethereal Armor. But I'll just play the Horizon Canopy. And I don't mind if it gets Ghost Quartered. Unless my opponent draws a land. Then I'll mind. At least Judge's Familiar's ability doesn't do much against me at the moment. Okay, so he has a path, which sucks, because I really want to start drawing cards. But at least my opponent's being slowed down a little bit as well. Okay. Another Ethereal Armor. So I could play both... Well, I can't play both Ethereal Armors. I wish I could. Then I would be swinging for how much? Like 8? That'd be awesome. I could play one Ethereal Armor, swing, and then play Boggle. Or I could attack. Then play a Boggle and put an Ethereal Armor on this Boggle. And it'd be a 3/3. That sounds like a plan to me. Then next turn I can set up an even nicer attack. So let's see. Yeah, this'll be fine. And I guess I'll just play Wooded Foothills. I already have my basic plains in play, so Windswept Heath and Foothills are the same. And I can F6 since I can't sack my fetch land. Alright, taking one. As long as my opponent's stuck on lands, it won't be that bad for me. I think I can power through his small creatures. It definitely helped that I drew a lot of lands this game, because these taxing cards can sometimes be troublesome. So I could pay 2 and then sack some fetches if I wanted. I was considering sacking the Horizon Canopy. I think I'm going to go ahead and sack some of these fetches. So I'm going to go grab Basic Forest. And then we're going to play Ethereal Armor on this creature, I believe. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright, and then we can swing for half my opponent's life total. Deal. And the first strike on this allows me to kill any chances of a double block. Okay, my opponent's on the chump block plan. And he's gonna path his own creature. Alright, we're gonna... Okay, I think that's fine. Well, now we don't have to sack our fetch land main phase. I mean, we could play around Even Mind Sensor, but I'm not really worried about Even Mind Sensor. If he wants to tap out for it, shouldn't be an issue. Because, yeah, we have plenty of mana. Blade Splicer, sort of annoying. Now he has 5 power with the first strikers. But still acceptable. The attack is interesting. Do I grab a Dryad Arbor? Probably not. Probably not yet. I might need the mana. Alright, so Path is 3 mana if you factor in these 2 cards. I could sack this. I'll still have the 3 mana required. Sounds like a deal. Spirit Dancer. Not the worst. Might not be able to play it this turn though. So let's see, I can swing with both creatures. He more than likely would just chump block with the Blade Splicer. If he chumped, took 4, I don't know, he might be able to rally something together. I do have a Dryad Arbor to chump block with though. Even though he does have a Ghost Quarter. So many tough decisions. I mean, I could just swing and leave back a blocker to block like all of his stuff. It's usually a good plan. Applying pressure is also good. But I guess I'm low enough to where maybe I just want to leave back things. Nah, I'm just gonna swing out. Just swing out. Try and scare my opponent. Alright, I don't really feel like Path to Exiling. I'm just gonna get this stuff down. I actually technically could Path to Exile now if I fetch the Temple Garden, so do leave the option available, but might not want to do that. And Spirit Dancer does get to block Blade Splicer, which is cool. I could, so this leads me to believe my opponent has a Flicker Wisp. So if we fetch Dried Armor, we can trade with the Blade Splicer, which would ruin my opponent's plans. Could have an Avid Mind Sensor. Deal. I'm just going to trade it with his Blade Splicer so he can't blink it. Like I said, he could Ghost Quarter it, but then he wouldn't have the mana to blink it, maybe. So let's just block there. We'll take 5 and go to 4. Okay. Does he have another Blade Splicer or something? Shall soon see. Okay, there's Flicker Wisp. So he can blink Thalia. Yep, Thalia. Let's hope to draw an Aura. And we do. That is a jackpot. Okay, so we do have enough mana to play both of these. So if we Rancor here, our guy would be 8 power. This creature would be 5 power. So he could go block here. Alternatively, I can Rancor this creature. So if I Rancor here, I have a 4/4, a 5/5, and a 6/6. So he has to block 2 creatures. That seems like a deal to me. And I'll be able to leave up Path to Exile too, which is cool. So yeah, opponent has to go chump chump. Oh, okay, I miscalculated a little bit. I don't know what I was thinking. So, opponent's at 1. So I guess I path the Flicker Wisp. Now? Just in case, I don't know. I can't really think of too many cards that would kill me. Upkeep it. Alright. I'll bite. If my opponent has something cool, then I am dead to it. I was thinking about Brave the Elements, but then again, he could also have cards like Honor of the Peer, so. We'll see if my opponent has a way to pump up that token or do a point of damage, like a gut shot or something. Although, can't really pay for a gut shot. Couldn't really think of any equipment that my opponent could have either. So, if my opponent has another Blade Splicer, I would have lethal because he would have to block all 3 creatures, and I would trample over a 3/3. Opponent could have like a Flicker Wisp, but then I get Rancor back. I guess that's another reason to path the Flicker Wisp, is he could set up some weird Restoration Angel on the Flicker Wisp. Alright, that was a pretty close game. I had an okay hand, but I didn't have my namesake card. Alright, post board's going to be interesting. I actually really do like Path. It's good against their Leonin Arbiters. Not necessarily on the Leonin Arbiter, but it doesn't really have a setback if their Arbiter's in play. Dryad Arbor is kind of sucky against Ghost Quarters and Tectonic Edges. Definitely don't want 2, but maybe 1 is okay. I do like having a lot of lands. Let's just say that. I do like having a lot of lands. So, even though it's a slow land, it's still good to hit your land drops. Stony Silence can be effective if they have Aether Vials and then weird cards post board like Spellskite. Gaddock Teak is worthless. And then Nature's Claim is, I guess, the most prominent card. Or most likely to be useful. But still, maybe not. I think I'll just swap a Path for Dryad Arbor as I did, and see what my opponent brings to the table in game 2. We'll just hope for a nice hand. Alright, this hand's okay. Do have a lot of lands, which, while sucky in a lot of matchups, this matchup at least, I can get around their taxing cards. Opponent mulls to 6 and I'll keep, and let's see how the game goes. Doesn't have a turn 1 Judge's Familiar this game. That's unfortunate for me. So here, yep, I was hoping for a Leonin Arbiter, so now I can just play my 2 things and start attacking. My fetch lands cost a little bit, but that's okay. And Path is going to go great against his next creature, unless it's a Blade Splicer. Okay, we're off to a decent start here. There's Thalia, a turn too late. Spirit Dancer, interesting. Alright, so we could Path the Thalia. He won't get to look for a land because of the Leonin Arbiter. So, I don't think I can play 2 spells this turn. I can pay 2. Yeah. I can't play 2 spells this turn, I don't think. So, I'm going to have to figure out which ones I do want to play. I can attack and let my opponent eat this Hyena Umbra. And then maybe down the line I can get this Rancor back and put it on Spirit Dancer. Interesting. Opponent has 4 cards. Okay. Let's navigate this. Let's navigate this slowly. Because this game is going to be a small grind. If I don't attack, at least, you know, if I don't attack and he doesn't get the trade-off, his Path to Exile would tap him out. I can attack and then Path if he does block, still trample over. Yeah. Okay, I could also Path his Arbiter and play like a Spirit Dancer, but I don't really want to do that. Alright, I'm going to attack, and I will Path his creature if he blocks. Yeah, it's possible he doesn't block. That's fine. I'm going to play my Spirit Dancer, which he'll have to tap out for to Path. And play Wooded Foothills because it's the worst of my fetches. Okay, Ghost Quarter. I'll take the damage. Blade Splicer. Okay. Draw an Umbra, so we can Umbra this. Huh. Maybe I just number this and leave back my team this turn. Hold up. I think I'll pay for the Arbiter and just sack both my fetches while I'm here. Another hexproof creature, huh? Let's see, I could also swing. If I attack, I would trade high number for the Golem token. I'm at 9. He has 8 power. Could also just swing with Spirit Dancer. I think I want to leave back my team this turn. Because next turn I can play some like blockers, hold up path. I didn't want to attack with this and have this get pathed and just go to 1. If he does path this and attack with everything, I think I block the Golem token. Or maybe Arbiter. Well, we'll see. Really like to draw a Daybreak Coronet. Or at least a Spirit Link. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is pretty good. Just those two, huh? So I'm gonna block the bigger creature, I think. And I drew another path. Not the worst, because I can just path some stuff. Huh. I could trade this off. I would like to get Rancor back to put on my Spirit Dancer. So I think I'll attack with my Gladecover Scout. He might not block, but that'll be fun. Okay, no blocks. Let's see, so I can play like one scout. Flicker Wisp. So yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna cack some of his creatures. While he's tapped out, of course. And then play Slippery Boggle. So, I'm going to go to 4. Not dead to any particular flyer between Flicker Wisp and Restoration Angel. Okay, Relic Warder. Really like to have a path for that now. But anywhere is good, especially Hyenumbra. I think I just want to start growing the Spirit Dancer. It's odd that he didn't Ghost Quarter my Horizon Canopy, because I'm probably going to be sacking it. Another Spirit Dancer. Okay. Play Play out another Hexproof creature, and do I leave back the team? Or do I swing? If I swing with just Spirit Dancer, if he does an all-out attack, I mean, I can just double or triple block this. I think I'll attack. I don't think he has great attacks. It does suck that I'm getting low on lands, even though I had a lot in my opener. And Ghost Quarter is going to make the situation worse. But I think he's really trying to get to his 4th mana, which is why he didn't Ghost Quarter me, now that I look at it. So... okay. Ijanjo Castle. Alright, what do we got here? Huh. I'm gonna triple block that. I got backup creatures. 4 days. Leaves me with a scout. Okay. Hero Bladehold. Pretty sweet. But I think I just drew lethal damage. The power of Spirit Mantle. And we'll throw in a Spider Umbra. Just for funsies. Alright, so 4-0 in the daily event. The first round was pretty dicey, but the last 3 rounds we played against pretty simple matchups. I mean, all of them have their tricky points, but in the end, we've emerged victorious in 4-0. So let's go look at the deck one last time. All of the cards performed very nicely. The Spirit Links came in handy against both the Delver and the Mono Green deck. Spirit Mantle, you know, it's irreplaceable, the effect it has on a game. Like, sometimes it's the only card that you can possibly draw to win. So it's nice to just make your guy unblockable, rather than just giving it trample or whatever. The second Dread Arbor didn't really come up in any of the games, but that's okay because it's mainly there for the tough Liliana matchups, as I mentioned before. It is noted that the second one didn't hinder me in any way, so that's awesome. The rest of the deck did great. The sideboard, this extra path came in a couple times, so good use of a sideboard card there. Nature's Claims didn't really face any matchups where I needed them, but I still brought them in a few times. Firewalker is primarily for the Abundance of Burn decks, but I faced a Relic of the Past, Blue-Red Delver, so that came in handy. Tiggs, definitely liked having those against the Tron deck. It definitely could have helped me win had I drawn it at an earlier time in any of the games, and my opponent had a better draw. Choke I did bring in, just didn't draw it, but it would have been pretty good. Stony Silence I did bring in, didn't draw it early enough. And just like Core Firewalker, it's mainly just for affinity. But, you know, the rare Tron deck, it's nice to bring in. And then Canonists, they're for all the combo decks, like I said before. Didn't face any, but I'm glad that I didn't really need the 3 sideboard slots they're taking up to help in any of the other matchups. So yeah, this deck played out very nicely, and I don't think there's any changes I'd make at the moment, but I'm always tuning it, so thanks for watching, and see you next time.